Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I'm here to do my review of 90 Day Fiancé, Season 6, Episode 6 of Happily Ever After, Fear and Loathing. Let's talk about it, y'all. Shall we? Yes, we shall.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that everybody needs.
You can make this up.
Now, you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lies, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Hi, everybody. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. To all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. I'm hoping that I am coming through clearly. Okay. Um, if I had to rate this episode of 90 Day Fiance, what's going on over here? Happily Ever After, I would rate the episode D. Yes, I would. I would absolutely rate it a D. Okay, let me fix up over here real quick. There we go. Okay, everybody. So let's get it into it. um, the first couple that I want to talk about is Tiffany and Ronald. Tiffany is again having a conversation with her mother about, her husband, right? They have discovered that he has been approved for the first a process of getting a visa to get here. So he has been approved for just going through the visa process. Of course, he has to get a sponsor and all of that. And Tiffany wants to ask her that. Look, I'm just all sideways and jacked up. Y'all, excuse me. When you lose weight, your clothes just be so big on you. They just don't want to cooperate anymore. And this outfit does not want to cooperate anymore. Okay. Now I don't know what I did in the back. Anyway, y'all, let's continue. So Tiffany and really wants to ask her father because she said that her mother already has a lot of things that she's going through and paying for, which are normal things. And she doesn't want to ask her mom. She wants to ask her dad, who she believes is more financially stable, to ask. Here's my thing about the K1 visa process. And I know that a lot of people have, probably chosen another way. I think that if you can afford it, then leave the bitches over there. Why bring all of this financial burden and stress on your family members? Like I don't understand that at all. I probably will never understand that. If you don't make the money, honey, you can't have the honey. Okay, you can't do it. She has already made a decision that she is not going to go to Africa to be with him because she said that she was scared for her life, and so was Daniel, and that she won't, have her son going through that. And I'm just like, okay, I think that that's wise. She's made one bad decision after another bad decision, and it just seems like it's never ending and it's going to just continue to keep going with her. I have no understanding about where her mindset is, but God bless the child. The next person that I want to talk about is Brandon and Julia. Of course, we know Brandon went out with his girlfriend Melanie, and of course, Julia walked out on it, and so now she is sleeping in the other room in the house, and she's made a decision that she's not going to be with Jason. Now, here's what I picked up. The first room when Julia came to the house and was supposed to be living with Brandon and everybody, Julia looks like she was basically sleeping in Brandon's room, because this room that she's sleeping in now, unless something is wrong with me, is totally different. The furniture is different. It's more feminine. Why wasn't she sleeping there from the giddy up? I don't understand the foolala and the fuckery that's going on with this cotton freaking show. But she's supposed to be in this other bedroom because she's mad at Brandon and is withholding herself, okay, and withholding some other things from Brandon. And so, Brandon is going in and he's talking to her, and she's admitting that she is a very jealous woman and that she was jealous. And he was like, I'm not going to have any friends because, you're acting irate and ignorant and stupid and dumb and all of that kind of stuff. And, your jealousy. He said, basically, it was, as Melody said, they were just trying to protect him. And so, as a result of them trying to protect him, the girl was talking about the green card, but that ain't what the girlfriend, that ain't what Melanie said. Melanie said the reason why I was acting like an asshole is because she started acting like one first. Okay, and we know as women, sometimes if a woman is being catty, we can be equally catty as her. So the two of them, really did not get along. Julia indicates that she is going to try to do better with this, and try to have some kind of meeting of the minds, if you will, with Melanie again. But I don't think that it's going to work. She has been feeling neglected for a very long time. And Brandon says, well, can we just go back into our room and just snuggle up like little snuggle bunnies or whatever? And so, it's just a fool la la of it. The next couple that I want to talk about is Angela. As we know, Angela has had weight loss surgery, and she has also had a breast reduction and a lift. And her girlfriend JoJo has been there to take care of Angela. As we know, Angela is continuing to smoke. I don't know whether or not she's chaining it again, but Angela is still smoking. And she's trying to find something that she can have to drink, like because of course, 2 weeks post surgery, all she's supposed to be doing is really, getting fluids and liquids and stuff like that. So a girlfriend, Jojo, is leaving and going home. This is Angela's last day with her, because she has to go back and take care of some things herself. And so, Angela is, talking about, how she really did help her, how she was wiping her poo poo and all of that kind of stuff. And she was really appreciative of her, and she didn't know what she was going to do, when JoJo leaves. And so, of course, like all the rest of you all, I was wondering, so why aren't you leaving with JoJo? Now, Angela, of course, has some follow up visits and all of that kind of stuff, post surgery, and to, make sure she was draining and the bruising and all of that. They just want to check you and make sure you're healing properly. And Angela had a conversation with Michael during that time period. When Angela started that conversation with Michael, Angela indicated that her breast was small. She had talked to the doctor about it. She wasn't all that enthusiastic and pleased with what she felt like the doctor had done. And now, when she calls Michael, of course, Michael, who's looking from a phone, probably wasn't even clear, has those same concerns. And so, JoJo gives, Angela a green smoothie, and Angela likes it and everything. And she cries. She walks JoJo out and she cries because she's going to be having to do everything on her own. We see Angela go out and try to find a smoothie of her own. And she has a telephone conversation with Michael where she tells Michael that she felt like Michael did not support her. That when she had mentioned, about, she had shown him her breast kiss, that, Michael was, not supportive and panicky and feeling like the surgery didn't go that well, and that her breast was small. And so she felt unsupported by Michael. And my whole thing was, why are you blaming Michael? Why are you taking Michael through every step, every process, when you know, first of all, the man does not know? I don't know what his education level is, but I do know that this may be okay. All of that kind of stuff is probably foreign to him, and he doesn't really understand it and doesn't understand the process, the healing process. Now Angela didn't as well, so why she got on Michael, I just don't understand. Right, I'm so trying to look at Angela different. Angela is now talking about having additional surgery, which is, I'm getting a chin lift, or she's talking about having plastic surgery on her neck and her face and stuff. This show must really have made Angela a millionaire, bitch. Angela is getting so many surgeries, so she's getting a facelift now. And now she wants Michael, who was not comfortable with her having the breast reduction or the weight loss surgery. She is now calling him about a facelift. Like Michael is going to understand that as well. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But I'm like, it don't take a rocket scientist to realize that Michael is not going to go for this. And then this is just going to create another argument and disagreement between the two of them, which is what I think that Angela wants us to believe, that they have this tumultuous relationship with one another. I like Angela, like, for real, come on. And like I said, it must have made her a lot of money, or these people must really be getting, the clientele in, or believing they're going to get the clientele in, based on all this plastic surgery. If you all have noticed over the years, there have been many of the cast members who have underwent surgeries, right, or undergone surgeries. And they, do it sometimes in the doctor's office. We've seen Ashley do it. We've seen Devin Clegg do it. We saw who else did it? I had it right on the cotton freaking tip of my tongue. Larissa do it. We've seen so many people, have these plastic surgeries. Recommend these different sets. Natalie just recently had some done. And speaking of Natalie and her plastic surgery, she's now offering her viewers and fans to join some weight loss fitness thing. Boo, what are you talking about? I mean, yes, Natalie is thin, but we've seen Natalie have liposuction, chin suction, eye suction, cheek build up, the Botox, bitch. Like, and then you got Molly. She just looked like she had plastic surgery. They selling these tummy tea. Angela had the nerve the other day to have some cotton freaking Thank you so much, Naja. Looking elegant today, Auntie. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you. And Angela, I saw her with some what do you call it? Apple cider vinegar gummies, talking about, this settles her and her weight loss and all. And I'm saying, we saw you have plastic surgery first. Like, I plan on having me a little tummy tuck, right? Sometime in the near future, I'm gonna get me a tummy tuck because I've lost over 70 some pounds. So I have extra skin that is hanging. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with plastic surgery. Trust me, I'm not, because the bitch about to undergo it herself. But to get on here and have plastic surgery and make people think, okay, um, that these things are what's causing you to lose weight, when we know that you've had certain surgeries, in my opinion, is just shady. Lose the weight naturally using those products. Don't advertise the products after you done had the liposuction, the guy bypass surgeries, all that kind of stuff. It's just to me, and in my opinion, it appears to be misleading. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're trying to trick anybody, bamboozle anybody, or they're doing anything dishonest. To me, it appears misleading. Because if you have gastric bypass surgery, you done got a breast reduction, now you got a facelift and some more, a chin tuck and some more, and you standing up there with pills. I just have a hard time with believing that those products are what help you. I mean, look at Danielle has some kind of tea and all kinds of teas up. I don't know what tea. Oh, excuse me, it was, but Danielle, you still fluffy. And it ain't nothing wrong with being fluffy, right? But I mean, moving right along, Auntie. Just moving right along. The next couple that I want to talk about is Andre and Elizabeth. Elizabeth is doing yoga with her sister, talking big smack about Andre, about her being so busy, and Andre finally not being having a daddy daycare. Andre, in my opinion, is trying to find a job so that he can have something on file when he applies for his 10-year visa, saying that he has a job. He's been daddy daycare. It's been working for their family since the little girl was born. And now all of a sudden, because he's coming up for renewal, now he's asking Chuck for $100,000 and just disrupting the family business. And Elizabeth is going forward and making her sister, who she talks about like a dog, and said that, how did she call my husband, out of his name, whoop de whoop de whoop. Now she's sitting over there with that same sister doing yoga and trying to tell her, and talking about her husband. She's an instigating ass. She's two-faced, in my opinion. She's a backbiter. She is, in my opinion, disloyal. I mean, all that. At least that's how the edit is coming off. Because she's saying one thing to one person and something else to someone else. And I'm just like, girl, don't do it. Don't do it. Is it me? Is it me? So the sister is saying, you should be able to get a nanny. You're so busy. She only been with the baby, what, a week? And she can't balance work and balance taking care of her baby, and the baby don't sleep for 2 hours, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm doing yoga and I'm stretching and I'm trying to be in the sauna. I want to get my nails done. I want to get my manicure. I want to get a massage and all of that. And, and she just doesn't sleep long enough for me. And, Andre now is out there, tearing people up. And so, now I've got to get a nanny. Girl, bye. Get the hell out of here with all of that bull crap. You ain't no different from any other American woman who wants to get out there. If you want to get a nanny, you and Andre need to stop that book, okay, that fake, in my opinion, storyline, acting as if, the world is coming to an end and he can't trust nobody. He got to put cameras here, there, and thither, and all that old mess. I'm just saying. It's bullcrap. And so we see Andre going to work for the first time since he's been here. Shade. And then he's going to work and everything late at night. And he's going to demo a kitchen. Now, this mofo knows that the neighbors got a bedtime. The neighbors to the right of them go to bed at 9, and the neighbors to the left of them go to bed at 8:30. So why this mofo would get in his car in the evening, right? Okay, because it looks like it's evening, don't look like it's early morning, to go out there and start demoing something. So of course he's out there. He sees a refrigerator and instead of him taking the refrigerator off, the doors off, so it could be safe for the kids because you have to process refrigerators a certain way when you sitting them outside for trash day. Okay, because you got to make sure that the doors are off, but they also have to be in the right position and all of that kind of stuff for all of us who own homes. We know that there's a proper way to dispose of a refrigerator, and it is not to tear the door off the hinges with a sledgehammer. Who does that? That just goes to prove that he was sleeping real estate class and he's never owned property and he's never had to dispose of anything because, again, those of us that have homes and have gone to real estate school, we understand that there's a proper way to do everything. And so, of course, Chuck shows up, because Chuck was like, the neighbors called him. They was like, look, we're trying to go to sleep. We're on a wind down around this month. Okay. And somebody has up in your house demoing something. So, of course, Chuck comes in and he sees his brother-in-law and they get to arguing and everything, because Andre said that, he basically takes his orders from Charles, from Chuck. And he was like, I mean, C1 and C2, damn it. And so he was like, no, he worked for me. This is my house. This is my property. All this stuff go through me, not my dad. Bitch, if you're gonna be in here and you're gonna be doing demoing something, you need to first of all let me know. We did, Andre, talk about doing it, but bitch, we never finalized it and we never said what day, and we're not doing it after 5 o'clock when mofos are coming home from work. You lazy. We're not doing it that way. We're going to do it a whole different way. And so, of course, Andre, believes that he's doing it right. And he believes that, he shouldn't have to answer to nobody and nobody has a right to say anything to his ass. And so the brother was like, so what you going to do? You going to demo the stove? Did you turn the gas ain't even off? So on there it was like the gas is off. I turned the knob. For those of us that own homes and for those of us that know real estate, okay, because he's supposed to quote unquote have a real estate license. All of us know that the gas has to be turned off on the outside. He said, you know what, when the lights are on, bitch, the stove is on, okay? And so I guess it's an electric home, but of course, all electric homes have gas behind the stove as well. And it lets you convert your appliances to gas or electric or whatever, right? That gas, bitch, is still behind that house because that is how the furnace is running. Andre. So while you were around there demoing the stuff, the brother was like, you didn't turn it off right. I know this area. I know how it's ran up. You know how they run the gas and the electric up in this camp. And it ain't off, bitch. So what you about to do? Blow the house up? And you don't play with no natural gas. That's the last thing. Let me make sure I'm looking at y'all comments. Okay. That's the last thing you play with is some gas. Some natural gas. It's just not going to work. But here's the thing: Andre is inconveniencing the family. In my opinion, he's inconveniencing the family to get his card. Go and get your card, young. Let them write you out a fake pay stub or whatever it is that they got to do. But leave everybody the fuck alone. We gonna go ahead on and do what the hell we gotta do to make sure you get a card. But we don't need you in here actually working, bitch. You ain't been working. You didn't stay with the truck driver. You didn't stay with the handyman. You feel like, being a handyman up in there is beneath you. Just go ahead on to be at home, young. We'll write some pay stubs and stuff up for you. But don't come in here and disrupt the family and use the family in order to get what you and Elizabeth want. Because if you really wasn't working and you just doing it just to do that, and then you're going to default and not work again and have Elizabeth taking care, well, Elizabeth and her daddy taking care of your ass like they've been doing, just go ahead on and sit your ass down and do that. I don't blame the brother. I would be in there checking his ass too. Tanya Lewis, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Absolutely, even with a gas stove, you have an electric igniter. Okay, and okay, next. But even with my electric appliances, okay, I still got open gas in the back because guess what? It can be converted at any time. That gas is still behind that wall, and that gas is what kicked that air conditioner on and everything else. That hot water heater, boo, don't play. Don't play, bitch. That stuff running off electric. Don't I know? Don't I know? Okay. So, anyway, as I was saying, Andre's an asshole, and so is his wife. Hold on one second. Okay. I got that one, I thought. Thank you so much, Nigel, for the $5 super chat. She's just looking elegant today, Auntie. Thank you, Nigel. Mary sent that to me. Thank you, Mary. She didn't want me to miss you, boo. So last but not damn least is Natalie. Believe it or not, I'm on Natalie's side. Michael's mother is being an asshole. I'm sorry, but I gotta say it. Mama is being an asshole. Now, Natalie is all over the place. We know she is. But the mother is completely treating the girl like she ain't. And frankly, I don't appreciate it. So we see Natalie, down at the ranch in Utah with Michael. Is it Utah? I think it is. With Michael and his mama. Now the mama don't particularly care for her. She's shading her with production, with the cameraman and the gripman and telling us how much she don't like her and how she want to have, a little rumble with her, a little rumble. You know what I'm saying, a little rumble in the jungle. And so, in my opinion, the mother is provoking. She doesn't believe that Natalie is a good fit for Michael. She did not want Michael to marry Natalie at all. She even called the neighbor and asked the neighbor, I need you to intervene, batch. I need you to stand up and raise your hand and say, I don't agree with this wedding. I don't think that it should take place. So the mother got a little too, right? Is what we call being, she got the ass, all right? So anyway, it's the next day and they're getting up in the morning and there's a nail that's in the door entry that I think the mother set up that Michael know. And Natalie comes through there with her little socks on because she's at home and everything and she sticks her foot. And they're trying to check her foot and all that kind of stuff. But frankly, Mike and his mother don't give a damn because they know that that nail is in the floor and they know that that that's one way to get at Natalie, bitch. That's just my opinion. So of course, Natalie is like, what's we doing today? Oh, she might go. What is she doing? So the mother was like, we can ready to take our asses out and we're going to, go and do get firewood for the rest of the winter because winter is coming. All right, the north remembers, bitch. And so she's like, okay, we're going to be going and getting that. And so she has a conversation with Michael about Natalie when she gets up in the morning to get the truck and a little hitch on the back, little thing that you pull stuff, I don't know what you call it, but she has to put that on the back of her pickup truck. Okay. And so Michael is out there helping, Mama dearest mommy, okay, with the wild coat hangers, put this hitch on the back of this truck. And she begins to ask Michael about Natalie's work status and why Natalie isn't working. And Michael, when he signed the K1 visa documentation, and they asked him what was his income should have been enough to take care of Natalie. Now, I mean, I'm sure that some of you all are in shock that Auntie is agreeing with Natalie, but bitch, you know what? This episode, they both got on my nerve. Michael, if he got her over there, should have been making enough money to take care of Natalie. Why the fuck is the mother worrying about whether or not Natalie is is working or not working or living out her best dreams, unless Michael is the one who's instigating, agitating, and complaining about this. Other than that, Mama Son, you don't have a damn thing to talk about. Ain't like you over at Michael's house paying on bills the way that look dilapidated and look like the door's gonna fall off the hinges at any minute. You didn't let your son live like that with Uncle Bo in the shed, drinking beer and smoking cigarettes and chewing straw all fucking day. So you ain't got no problem with Uncle Bo getting a goddamn job. Why the hell you got a problem with Natalie's ass getting one? Mama, sit your miserable ass down and go and make change. Get up on one of these websites and find you one of these crazy mofos on these crazy ass dating websites, would you please? But anyway, so she's outside and she's talking to Michael about Natalie, and Natalie had already told her when they had a conversation earlier to basically mind her business, that she's going to be living her best fucking life and leave her the hell alone. She wants to be able to live out her dreams here in the United States, because after all, it was a lot of work to just to even get Michael to marry her. And damn, if she is not going to now live out the rest of her dreams, she has already secured the bag. And so, Michael is blowing it off and everything. And so, of course, now the mother is along with Natalie. They're riding in the car and everything. And Natalie looks out the window. She's so hoarse, a horse. And the mother said, bitch, that's a cow. You don't know the difference between a cow and a horse. So Natalie, she's trying to keep us up to where are we going? Where are we going? We're going to get some wood, but didn't we tell you that? So they get to the place to go and get the wood and everything, and they put Natalie in the truck to make a joke out of Natalie, because Natalie should not have been the one receiving and stacking the wood. She should have been the one tossing it. But of course, they all want to make a jackass out of Natalie, and I felt some kind of way. Oh, I felt some kind of way. I didn't like how they treated Natalie at all. Sure didn't. So anyway, they go and Natalie is all tired and everything, and she doesn't like it. And so the next thing they go to a butcher shop, and of course, they Natalie says, "What are you going to cook?" And the mother was like, "Turkey and this and that and pies." Ooh, and everything that Michael's mommy is doing, Michael thinks is hilarious. He just thinks it's a joke, right? He's just making fun of her, and doing things, kind of mean, shady things, in my opinion, at the cost of Natalie. And it's one thing for us to think Natalie's a joke, but it's another thing to watch somebody go through that. And I wasn't feeling it. I don't think that, it's not okay to, in my opinion, bully somebody, or to use so much of their difference against them. She didn't know what the fucking thing was. A cow, a horse. I mean, at least she got that they both was animals. Auntie Shady. So anyway, um, they get to the butcher shop, and Natalie feels like, she's been a vegetarian for 8 years, and that Michael's mother should have considered her. But she had already made an appointment and already made an arrangement to pick it up. So of course, I'm gonna give the mother the benefit of the doubt on that. Natalie walks out. But prior to that, during the day, Mike's mother decides that she's going to tell Natalie that you gotta work, bitch. She begins to tell Natalie that I believe that while you're home, during the pandemic, you could be making money as an interpreter. Once you get your green card, bitch, you're going to be working. You're going to work that farm. Okay. You're going to be another Julia. And you're going to be a housewife. And she says that, Natalie doesn't want to be a wife. No, she don't want to be a housewife. She wants to be an actress. Mike knew she was an actress prior to that. And he knew exactly what she was doing and all of that kind of stuff. It's not like he was in the blind about this girl's resume. and about what Natalie was about. And that's why he really didn't want to marry her, because he knew that this was some bull. This is why he kept trying to postpone it and all of that. But it's not the mother's business to tell Natalie, you got to get a job. She said, you got to get a job. I said, bitch, who you talking to? Natalie was much more grateful. She said, what about my dreams? What about my dreams and what they want? I'm not going to, why are you offering me this job? I told you yesterday what the fuck I wanted to do. And working and doing what you want me to do. I interpreter? No, fuck that. I want you to be an actress. I want you to be your marshals. That's what I want you to do. And it's not your place to tell me. And the next time you disrespectful, I'm gonna smoke this out you. You understand? Don't. So Michael's mother was like, I mean, I'm just saying, you in the house, you can't cook and clean. I asked Michael, would you cooking and cleaning? No, I'm not. I'm not cooking and cleaning because the shit from the fireplace it's overwhelming. Okay? All right? You come clean up the shit out of the fireplace. I'm not doing it. Michael knows I have dreams. I have wishes. I did not do wish to do be an interpreter. Mind your business, mamas. Nellie said, go and tell Johnny Depp that it's hard, that it's easy to do what he do. She said, it made me some other movie show. Shit, I don't know. Angelina Jolie, maybe. Angela, Michael, Larissa, um, and Fisher. I mean, maybe one of the TLC girls. Somebody help me, somebody. Nelly said, I don't know what the hell I talk about, but I know I ain't gonna be no damn interpreter. Okay, that's what I do now. So Mike's mother can kiss my. And she said, I'm trying to be nice to her because I know she don't really like me that much. And I'm thinking, maybe we could start from the beginning, from the rooter to the tutor, but the mother ain't giving me that grace. You know what I'm saying? She just riding me and being difficult for no reason. And I agree. I absolutely agree that Mike's mother is borderline harassing the girl, in my opinion. And she probably doesn't know it or she's doing it intentionally. But I'm saying, curd top, you got that head coming up off that hat like that curd top. Get it together. Stop that. Don't do that. And Michael, when Michael was asked, whether or not his mother liked her, he said, she just being careful. Fuck her. Y'all married now. What is she being careful about? She being ornery. She's being disgusting. And I don't like it whatsoever. So believe it or not, this week I am on Natalie's side. We hear Natalie, and I know that that's a shock. Anyway, this is the end of my review. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to everyone who super chatted. Thank you to my moderator, Mary, for making sure that the chat stays nice and safe so that everyone will be able to have a great time. Oh my goodness, is that another super chat? Thank you so much, Tanya Lewis, for the $4.99 super chat. I love the entertainment and precious. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. But anyway, that is the end of my review. If you have not already done so, please hit that subscribe button. And then once you hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit the notification bell so that every time I go live, you go live with me. I truly do appreciate you all sticking in here with me. I had a meeting with my members today, and I told them some things that have been happening to me and that I have been processing through. Namely, a really bad chemical burn on my hands. But I am doing much better. Thank you all so much for giving me that time to try to heal. I still have a ways to go to treat this with steroids and antibiotics and steroids and antibiotics and antihistamines and all kinds of stuff. But hopefully, I will be 100% at least, maybe next week. But I just want to thank you all so much for all of your kindness, and just your patience, waiting on me to get these reviews together and get my ass together. Okay. But anyway, you all have a great night. Stay safe, you all. I love you all to pieces. Bye bye.